Last night, you probably dreamed something. Maybe you remember it, maybe you don't. Maybe it was strange enough that you woke up thinking about it for a few minutes before your day pulled you somewhere else entirely. Most of us treat dreams like background noise. Random, meaningless, just the brain processing junk before it resets for the next day. But Carl Jung spent decades arguing the opposite. He believed dreams were one of the most direct lines we have to the parts of ourselves we can't access during the day. Not random noise, more like letters from the unconscious, written in a language most of us never learned to read. Today, we're going to start learning that language together. Why Jung took dreams so seriously. Jung wasn't the first person to take dreams seriously. Freud, his mentor and later his rival, also believed dreams carried meaning. But Jung and Freud famously parted ways, and one of the biggest reasons was exactly this: how they understood what dreams were actually doing. Freud believed dreams were mostly about repressed desires, particularly sexual ones, disguised in symbolic form to get past the mind's internal censor. For Freud, a dream was essentially a wish in costume. Jung thought this was far too narrow. He believed dreams weren't trying to hide anything. They were trying to communicate something. The unconscious, in Jung's view, wasn't a dark basement full of things you were ashamed of. It was a living, intelligent part of the psyche that was constantly trying to balance, correct, and complete the conscious mind. And the primary language it used to do that was dreams. This is a significant shift. If Freud's model says your dream is hiding something, Jung's model says your dream is showing you something. The unconscious isn't your enemy. It's actually on your side. It just speaks in symbols, images, and stories rather than plain language. The compensatory function of dreams. One of Jung's most important ideas about dreams is something he called the compensatory function. The basic idea is this: whatever you're overdoing or ignoring in your waking life, your dreams tend to balance it out. If you spend your days being controlled, measured, and rational, your dreams might be chaotic, emotional, and wild. If you spend your days suppressing anger, your dreams might feature confrontations you'd never allow yourself to have while awake. If you're ignoring an important decision, your dreams might keep circling back to it in different forms until you finally pay attention. Think about a time you were stressed about something you weren't fully admitting to yourself. Did you notice your dreams getting stranger, more intense, more urgent? That's the compensatory function at work. The unconscious sees what the conscious mind is avoiding, and it starts knocking louder. This is why Jung believed that paying attention to your dreams wasn't just an interesting hobby. It was a form of self-knowledge. The dream is showing you the part of the picture your waking mind has been cropping out. Dreams speak in symbols, not sentences. Here's where it gets interesting, and also where most people get confused. Dreams don't deliver their messages in plain language. They speak in images, in emotions, in strange sequences that seem to follow their own logic. Jung believed these images were often archetypal, drawn from the deep well of the collective unconscious. When a wise old figure appears in your dream, that's the sage archetype. When you're being chased by something dark, that's often the shadow asking for attention. When water appears, it almost always relates to the emotional life, the unconscious itself. But here's something crucial Jung insisted on. Dream symbols are not universal dictionaries. You can't just look up "water means emotion" and call it solved. The meaning of a symbol in your dream depends entirely on your personal relationship to that symbol, your life, your history, your feelings. A dream about a snake might terrify one person and feel sacred to another. A house in a dream might represent the self for most people, but if you grew up in a house full of trauma, it carries a completely different weight. This is why Jung was skeptical of generic dream interpretation books. He believed you had to sit with the symbol, ask what it personally meant to you, and follow that thread inward. The dream is specifically yours. It was generated by your unconscious for you. Hash the big dreams versus the little dreams. Jung made a distinction that's worth knowing about. He called them big dreams and little dreams. Little dreams are the everyday kind. Processing the day's events, rehearsing conversations, working through minor anxieties. These are real and have some value, but they're mostly the psyche doing housekeeping. You can note them, but they don't necessarily require deep analysis. Big dreams are different. You know them when you have them because they don't feel lick. Ordinary dreams. They feel significant in a way that's hard to explain. The colors are more vivid. The emotions are more intense. You wake up knowing something happened, even if you can't fully explain what. These dreams often stay with you for days, sometimes years. Jung believed big dreams often carry messages that are genuinely important to your psychological development. They're the unconscious reaching up to say something that your conscious mind really needs to hear. These are the ones worth sitting with, writing down, and returning to over time. Hash how to actually work with your dreams. This is the part most people skip, and it's also the most valuable part. So let's be practical for a moment. The first step is simply remembering. Most people don't remember their dreams because they don't give themselves a moment to catch them. Dreams are fragile. Within minutes of waking, they dissolve. So the practice starts the night before. Keep something to write with beside your bed, and before you do anything else in the morning, before you check your phone, before you get up, before you let the day rush in, write down whatever you remember. Even fragments. Even just a single image or feeling. Over time, your recall improves, simply because you've started paying attention. The second step is sitting with the images. Take the most striking element of the dream, the thing that stood out most emotionally, and ask yourself, what does this remind me of? What in my life feels like this? Don't force an answer. Just hold the question and see what surfaces. Jung called this process amplification. You're expanding the symbol outward, connecting it to your personal life, to myths, to stories, to other images it reminds you of, until the meaning starts to reveal itself naturally. The third step is looking for the message, not with the analytical part of your mind that wants a clean, logical answer. With curiosity, ask, what is this dream trying to show me that I haven't been willing to look at? What part of my life does this reflect? What might the unconscious be trying to balance or correct? You won't always get a clear answer. That's fine. The practice of asking the question is itself valuable. It opens a channel between the conscious and unconscious mind that most people keep permanently closed. Hash what recurring dreams are really saying. If you have a dream that keeps coming back, in the same form or variations of it, Jung would say pay very close attention. Recurring dreams are the unconscious being persistent. They come back because the message hasn't been received yet. Common recurring themes, being chased, falling, showing up unprepared to an exam you forgot about, teeth falling out, being lost in an unfamiliar place. These appear across cultures and across time because they're connected to universal human anxieties and unresolved tensions. But the specifics matter. Who or what is chasing you? Where are you falling from? What are you unprepared for? The details are the unconscious adding precision to its message. If a recurring dream suddenly stops, Jung believed it was often because the underlying issue had been integrated. The psyche got what it needed. The message was finally received. Nightmares are not the enemy. One more thing worth saying. Nightmares are not punishments. They're not random cruelty from a brain that decided to terrorize you in the night. In Jung's framework, nightmares are often the shadow speaking at high volume. When the unconscious has been trying to get your attention quietly for a while and hasn't succeeded, it escalates. The nightmare is urgency. It's the psyche saying, "This thing you've been ignoring needs your attention now." The content of a nightmare, the monster, the threat, the terrifying scenario, is worth examining with curiosity rather than just relief that it wasn't real. Ask what the threatening figure represents. Ask what in your waking life carries that same feeling of dread or danger. Very often, the nightmare is pointing to something you already know, deep down, that you've been avoiding looking at directly. Facing what the nightmare is pointing to in waking life is often how they stop. One thing to carry with you. Tonight, before you fall asleep, set a quiet intention to remember what you dream. Keep something nearby to write with. And when you wake up tomorrow, before the day pulls you forward, take just 2 minutes to write down whatever is there. Even a single image, even just a feeling. And then ask, gently, without forcing, what part of my life does this feel connected to? That's where the conversation with your unconscious begins. And once it starts, you'll be surprised how much it's been waiting to say. I'll see you in the next one. Video description. Why do certain dreams stay with you for days? Why do some nightmares keep coming back no matter how many times you have them? In this episode, we explore what Carl Jung believed. Dreams are actually trying to tell us. Jung didn't see dreams as random noise or repressed wishes. He saw them as direct messages from the unconscious, written in a language of symbols, images, and emotions that most of us were never taught to read. We look at the compensatory function of dreams, the difference between big dreams and little dreams, what recurring dreams and nightmares are really pointing to, and how to actually start working with your own dreams in a way that leads to real self-knowledge. If you've ever woken up from a dream that felt significant but couldn't explain why, this one's for you. Headphone new episodes every week exploring Carl Jung's psychology, the unconscious mind, and the path to becoming your full self. Carl Jung Dreams Dream Interpretation, Shadow Work Psychology, Unconscious Inner Work Self-Discovery Motivation, Mindset Personal Development,